All praises to Yahweh, Basha, Yahushua. Double honors to Apostle and elders in New York, GMS. Salutations to y'all around the world just teaching truth. Shalom to you, series Aqua. My name is Maya Ka'ala Bangad, with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we're not black Hebrew Israelites. Black is a color, not a nationality. Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated with any violent militant terrorist groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. All right, so right here, man, we have a YouTube user by the name La Carancita. All right, now she had a video where I do some Mexicans look Asians, you know. So in the video, she had up there. She don't know no better, man. All right, but anyway, you know, she been duped by Esau. So those in the truth been duped by Esau. You know, we wasn't gonna be so angry, but you know, pressure makes a man mad. It's said in scriptures. But anyway, you know, make a wise man mad. You know. So she said in the video that so-called Native Americans came through the Bering Strait. It was a lie, you know. They Esau taught. Again, she'll know better. But we all know they came over here according to 2nd Esdras 13, 39, and 48, you know, after Syrian captivity, you know. You know, that's what the so-called Native Americans and you know, so-called Latinos fit under that umbrella too, you know. All right, and you know, it's the, you know, the Northern Kingdom of 10 tribes, you know. All right, and you know, a lot of, you know, our people, they have these slanted eyes or epic fold eyes too, you know. All right, it said Jeremiah 12:9, our people, Israel's like a speckled bird. Even right here, you see our people in the Philippines. This is what they originally looked like. Majority of the, you know, before the Spaniards, the Edomites, and their pet coons, you know, turncoat Israelites help oppress their brethren. All right, the Huguenots, all right, the conquistadors, you know, the Jake conquistadors with their Edomite masters, all right. But anyway, this is how our people look, you know, in the Philippines, all right. And you can see they also had those slanted eyes. The woman in the middle, all right, the woman in the middle, right between those two young girls, and you see somebody peeping from them behind, all right. You can see they originally dark skin, melanated, brown skin, and they had those epic folded eyes, all right. So you know, so do you got that, all right. Let's see. You have Martin Luther King. He has those eyes. Alright. Alright, he has those slanted eyes. Alright. Like one of those terracotta soldiers, terracotta statues from China. Alright. Then you have Elijah Muhammad. My father told me a story of Elijah Muhammad got arrested during World War II for being accused of being Japanese, you know. Let's see, but he's Israelite from the tribe of Gad, you know, he's a Gadite. Elijah Muhammad's from the tribe of Gad, right? See, he could be mistaken for somebody from Indonesia, right? So okay, you got you have Kobe Bryant, right? He has those slanted eyes. Right? Right. Do that for real. Nice for real head over happy folded eyes and stuff, right? All right, cause she right here, she has some Japanese on her side. Now, I don't know which side of father, mother, but a lot of those, she said Japanese immigrants. A lot of those samurais and ninjas, those were Israelites. Matter of fact, 80% of samurai were ninjas. But anyway, there was but some of those Japanese slaves were brought to Mexico, man. But but anyway, just going what's that was but the most important thing here is what you gonna say about who's being brought on the slave ships over here, who's being carried over there. All right, which qualified both groups as Israelites. All right, hold on. Let me play this.
Hi. They were related to people from the Philippines and some of them from Indonesia. This is because Spain had conquered the Philippines and Mexico, and they found one of the most important commercial routes, which was Manila, Acapulco,
Oh, it says Spain conquered the Philippines and Mexico. All right, what it says right here. Deuteronomy. And I did a video of this on my Wisdom of Solomon channel. All right. Because Spain, that's a long way, man. It says from Mexico and the Philippines. All right, it says Deuteronomy 20:49, Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt understand. That's why they had Hebrew interpreters over in the Americas, man, talk to people in the Americas, right? All right, from far end of the earth, right? So Spain is far from Mexico and the Philippines. That eagle, that's Esau, man. A nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Right. So that's what happened, man. The conquistadors came over here, man. Came over here. Mexico also came over to the Philippines. Right. The slave Negrito and Moro brethren who are Israelites. Right. And the so-called Mexicans there from tribe of Issachar. Right. And Maya in Mexico, those are Zebulon. Right. Tribe of Zebulon. Right.
Veracruz, and finally Cadiz. This was very functional for around 2.5 centuries. The Spanish brought Filipino people as slaves or prisoners to help them with its trade. And the same way with Mexicans. So the Spanish took some Mexicans to the Philippines with the same purpose. That's why you've probably heard.
There you go. All right, what it says right here. All right, it says Deuteronomy 28:68. It's saying Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again. Well, ships in Egypt is dope, folks. It's talking about captivity. It's also talking about America. All right, a lot of you scoffers, man. Hey, Haiti does not. Well, Hispaniola, which is Haiti and Dominican Republic, does not America. Jamaica does not America. Okay. All right, so it's double fold. It's talking about captivity, and it's also talking about America. All right, and get that captivity part is in Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6. All right, but anyway, it says with ships. All right, slave ships, man. All right, slave ships. It's right here. All right. Ships like this would bring the so-called Negrito slaves and Moro slaves from the Philippines over here on this side, and they took the so-called Mexican indigenous people of Mexico on these same ships and put them on the other side of the world, the old world, Europe. All right. All right. Prove these people are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. If it was, all right. This is right. Deuteronomy 28, 45, it's 46. Moreover, all the curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandments, statutes which command thee, and they shall be upon thee a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. Right? The curse shall be a sign and a wonder. All right, a sign of what? Who the Israelites? All right, wonder like, damn, how do people end up in this situation? All right, let me read this. I forgot to read this right here. All right. Anyway, it said U.S. Code 107. All right, and I do not own the audio and video to this clip. It's owned by La Carencita. All right, I'm using this for educational purposes only. All right. All right, Section 107 Carbon Act provides statutory framework for determining where something is fair use, identify certain type of use such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research as examples of activity that may qualify as fair use. All right, so again, I do not own the audio and video to this clip. It belongs to La Carencita. I'm just using this for educational purposes. I haven't made any profits off of it. All right, so back to this. All right. Okay, and this is it was called the Trans-Pacific Slave Trade. All right, that's what it was called. All right, and these are the people that. All right, because a lot of you Jakes, you come from Asia, man. Like I did that. I brought up my other channel that 54th Negrito slaves, 54 so-called black slaves, was in Paris, Louisiana. All right, and I believe in the was that the 17th century, 1800s, man. All so-called black from Filipinos. All right, but right, it's this book. It's a good book, man. Asian Slaves in Colonial Mexico, from Chinos to Indians, by Tatiana Sewas. All right. Somebody bringing the Moro and Negrito slaves from the Philippines over here to Mexico, and vice versa, right? Okay, so let's see. All right, which mean you people, these scoffers, man, you don't look at, right? And as she said, they took them. They brought the so-called Mexican slaves to Spain, to the other side. They're from the east. They brought the so-called Negrito and Moro slaves to Mexico or whatever. I said they end up in Louisiana. Louisiana ain't that far from Mexico. All right. All right, ain't that far. And plus, they was it's not that hard to it's not that hard to say to lie. Like, it was a law against enslaving Filipinos, but hey, Jake is Jake. Hey, when Esau ever did under the laws of the land, he just found another way, man. So, by them looking like that, you can say, oh, these Negroes from West Africa. And the average Edomite, they was dumb anyway. They ain't no better, man. Right? But anyway, it's interesting. Alright, to trash, right? But that's what Esau do, man. Alright, so it says right here, let me get this. Let's see right here, penalties of disobedience. Alright. Alright, let me see. It says Leviticus 26:38, and ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. That's what happened. Alright. Eating us up through those bogus, the unrighteous decrees. Alright. That be right. We can't never get no justice. Alright. Esau could blow our heads off, man, and they could just get away with it, man. Alright. It's Isaiah 10:1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and their right grievousness which they have prescribed. Alright. All those laws, man. That's why they label us Negro, Negrito, Latino, alright, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Brazilian, Jamaican, Trinidadian, right? Because those are not nationalities. They do anything they want. Right? Anything they want to us a lot. Weather changing, right? Affect them respiratory system, right? I'm trying to get what it says. They where it's set. Leviticus 26:39, and they that are left for you shall pine away in their iniquity in their lands, also in iniquity of their fathers shall they pine away with them. Right? It's really talking about you, because you are your forefathers' reincarnation. All right. So that's why people suffering, so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, speckled birds, it's like around the world suffering, where they're in Mexico, Philippines, Russia, Nigeria, Ghana, all right, Indonesia, Japan, the UK, all right, Spain, Portugal, Colombia, where our people are, man, suffering because, we disobey the laws, statutes, commandments of Yahweh, and we're scared all over the earth, So go back to what she said.
That Mexicans and Filipinos get along very well. We have similar cultures, religion, and even the Spanish language was one of the official languages.
You get along because you're Israelites. Alright. Alright, the Filipinos of Negrito and Moro descent, Moro means more, are Israelites. Romans 8:16, the Spirit of Hell bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. Okay.
Languages until 1987. Before continuing, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be the first person to watch my video once it's released. I make these videos because I enjoy creating content. As you saw, I've got a small channel, and if you like my work, and if you want to support this channel by encourage me creating more and more videos, please become a patron. If not, I really appreciate that you are watching this video. I've got my social media, I've got my Instagram and Facebook here. So let's continue. When the Mexican War of Independence started, Mexican rebels were sent to the Philippines as a way of punishment to serve sentences. But it seems this wasn't a good plan, because some stories say that the Mexican rebels in the Philippines encouraged this country to be independent as well. That's what I read. Please let me know.
Because they're Israelites. All right, Jacob's rebellious, man. All right, but they had to go down. All right, they had to go down. And you got a lot of it's a car rights. And you guys resident Lord King try also in Mexico, brother Sahara. Always we don't talk about that. It says what James 1:1. All right. It says James smart. Not man. This computer so all right. It says James 1. James a servant of Yahweh and Adwan Yahweh Shai Hamashiach to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. All right. Go ahead. Deuteronomy 4:27. It said, Yahweh shall scatter you among nations, you should be left in few in number among the heathen. That was a short while, all right, because Israel prophesied to be like the sand of the sea. Like, majority population is Israel, but us talking about we being afflicted, all right. We was going down, all right, but we increase, tremendously over the centuries, all right. It said, where the Yahweh shall lead you, all right, so we scatter all the earth, man. All right, go back to Deuteronomy 28. It's 28:64. Alright. It said Deuteronomy 28:64, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other. There thou shalt serve the gods, the religious Christianity, Islam, etc., etc., which neither thou nor thy fathers had known, even wood and stone. Alright. Imprisoning number, prisoner, slave, same thing, man. Alright, same thing. Prisoner, slave, captive, same thing. Go in the prison system, according to 13 minutes, you become a slave, man. There are a lot of Israelites in prison, man. Alright. That's part of the curses.
In the comments if you have any other information or if you have more information. I'd be very glad to read your comments. And well, there were a lot of Filipino people here, but unfortunately, most of them lost their identity as they were all recorded as Chinos, which
See that? They lost their identity. Deuteronomy 28 and 29, it said, thou shalt grope at noonday as a blind grope in darkness. When you're blind, you don't know, you can't see things, right? You don't know who you are. You wonder, you're going to Christianity, you're going to Islam, you're going to etc. You call yourself African American, you call yourself Mexican, you call yourself Puerto Rican, you call yourself Argentinian, you call yourself Filipino, all right? All right, because Filipino go back to word Philip. All right. And thou shalt not prosper in thy way, thou shalt be oppressed and spoiled evermore, no man shall save thee. All right. Like that Faith song, you can't see what I can't see, you blind, baby. You blind to the facts. Right? You don't know what the hell you are, man. Call yourself the black, African American, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Latino. All right. It says Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. I will cause thee to serve thy enemies, a land which thou knowest not. All right, it's talking over here in America. All right, it said, for ye have, or whatever, if Jake, how they forgot their heritage. All right, now Jake ever disagree talking about America, but anyway, just the point is Jake was gonna forget their heritage. All right, it says, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn from earth. It said right in, thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage. Right? So they forgot who they are. And then they was labeled as Chino. All right. And thus the byword. All right. All right, Deuteronomy 28 and 37, thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where Yahweh shall lead thee. All right, you can call Filipino, you can call Chino. All right, those bywords, those are not nationalities, man. All right. And then in dark, you had the original, so you smart, smart, scoffers, man. I almost said the little smart assets. All right. All right, yeah, the original Chinese with dark skin, right? Yeah, there's like some on the Chinese. All right. That's it. You can see this woman right here. The Moabite woman. Alright, you had Jacob on them. Alright, all those kung fu movies, they flying in the air and all that stuff. Those are people. Alright, those Israelites. It's an old kung fu fit kid from Wang was yeah, what's that old kung fu kid from it was a Shaw Brothers film. No, so I'm just trying to see if the computer kid for Quantum Salak. Alright. Let me show you something how they know Quantum, right? Let's see. And you see how he you look up close, you see how he got the fringes. Alright, you see these fringes? Look at that. Why would they have that in there? Alright, you got fringes all throughout his outfit. You got spiritual powers in that film. The guy that make that bugged out face, this guy right here, he takes on the traits of a cat's ass, had cat ass, everything. All right, there's a spiritual powers all through this movie. All right, see everything on this guy right here. You see the fringes on his hat, again all through his outfit. All right, cause that was us doing all those spiritual things, calling the fires from the heavens and this and that, man. Flying in the air, tossing men with one arm over the wall and all this stuff, man. All right. Anyway, let's get back to this. Right.
Which in English means Chinese. So I don't know if this is a reason, but everything clicked on my head. In Mexico, we have a very common nickname, which is Chino, Chinese. This could be.
All right, but I'm gonna end it right here. I hope you all been edified. All right, and y'all to rock this out. Lord willing to next time. All right, and shalom.